Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back Pacific Paradise, and welcome back to this island we find ourselves on. Last time we were working on a new house because we demolished our old house which was above a bridge, but this has been rebuilt several times. There used to be a platform down below and no bridge. So we built a house and it was okay, it was fine, but it was a bit square, it was a bit boxy, it was a bit... I didn't like it. I mean, it served a purpose. This new foundation, though, is bigger, is wider, and it's more rounded, a little bit more ergonomic. So, as we're at the Great White Bar and Grill, just check my food and water situation. Water's a little down, food's okay, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is just have a little look and see what we need to do here. So we have one set of steps that goes up into the house itself. I finished the floor, well, the central part of the floor last time, so we have wood in the middle and we have ceramic on the outside. The walls are a mixture of wood and ceramic, and as most of our houses, we've actually left the front and back open, or at least the sides open. Because when you have a view like this, why would you want to hide it? So we have the river that actually runs through the map. We have down below the quayside, we have a little bump stop for the raft, and we also have just an opening, an outlet to the sea. So what we're going to need to do is work on putting a roof on this thing, which should be fairly straightforward because we have the flat square floor pieces on the outside and we need the flat square floor pieces. So we started off with a triangle, so it's triangle, square, triangle, and then squares all the way down the outside. A roof should be very, very easy to put on. But wait, there's more. There's always more. There's always more. I kind of want a tower. And while this is basically the same as the house that we had on our old playthrough, kind of want to put a tower in the house. Now this is a big old area, so what we're going to need to do is put a floor in, and I think either the side or maybe in the middle. I'm thinking maybe in the middle. We could probably tower it up. So let's just do a little run and a jump. Sploosh, there we go. 360 our way down. There's a lot of detritus on the sea floor because the old house got absolutely demolished. So considering... oh. Okay, cool. There's an axe there. So I'm going to put this stuff up here along with the rest of the old house. There we go. Gonna sort of move that axe out of the way because I think that axe there is probably the original one that was part of the plank station, which was up in the house. So the house is looking... it's huge. That's a lot bigger than it was before. I was thinking about putting steps on the outside, about trying to connect this area underneath to the sides, and I didn't like it. I had a little play, didn't save the files. It just didn't work very well. It wasn't that good. So why don't we pick up some ceramic? 1, 2, 3. Let's just pick up as much as we can get in our pants, which is not going to be that much. Not as much as was here before. So let's do this. 1 of 4, 1 of 4, 1 of 4, 1 of 4. Okay, that's not too bad. Do we need the planks? Probably not at this stage. What we're most likely to need are the metal. So I'll dump... oh no, I'm dumping... game, why would you do this to me? I'm dumping ceramic. Okay, fine. So we got a bunch of ceramic. We can start putting a roof. The other thing we're going to need is... yeah, we definitely need to put a floor in. So food and water is okay. We can slurp a little bit on the way back to the house, but I just kind of want to see it from here. Did we see it in the light last time? I'm not entirely sure. Well, certainly not with the walls on. Good, good. That is so much better. Yeah, that kind of fits in more with everything else that we've got around the outside. So, as we step on the nose of the aircraft, we have 124 days survived. We have the quayside, which is fine. That's kind of nice. That holds our raft. It kind of almost feels like we've got more space underneath the house this time. But I'm thinking we need to put a roof on the front and the back. Maybe we can put some sort of tower in the middle. But I'm very keen on having things asymmetrical. Even though everything else is, well, pretty symmetrical. It's kind of a curious thing. All right, let us 180. get to the back of the aircraft, and then jump. And then boogie and bounce. Actually, what we can do is grab some of this while we're here, so we can fuel the water stills, or at least get one of the water stills all fueled up. That's the thing we should do. Now, I'm not really prepared to be recording a video tonight. I should have been recording something else, but I was recording a Highland song, and the game is a little tricky. I got a little stuck, if I'm going to be honest, and I was like, I need to put out a video, but I don't know if this one's going to be ready for tonight. So we are playing Stranded Deep. It's a good fallback, which is fine. I like playing this game anyway. So what I'm going to do is, with the rest of these, pile them up. And oh, there's only one of two anyway. Oh, okay, fine. Neat. So we can go back up to the top. Having these A-frames here is very, very cool. It allows us to run up here very quickly. And I thought about getting rid of these stairs, and like I said, putting steps on the outside. There's no point. Absolutely no point. And I thought, well, maybe we can just have holes in the end, archways in the end, which might be a good idea. Yeah, might actually be a good idea. So, do we have enough sticks to do that? Just lying around. I might need to drop down real quick. Ooh. Yeah, because I think if we... no, there should be enough here. There we go. If we put on a wall, it makes putting the roof on a lot easier, even if we demolish it later on. So, 21% durability, probably need to get some more of those. 3 wood sticks to make an arch. Whoa, 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 guys! You're flying through my house! You're literally flying through the house. Curious, curious and more curious. So we've had one of these before, a door that leads nowhere. What it does is just fills the hole, but it means that if we want to drop down, it's a safe way to drop down. It's just adding more areas of egress to the house. Ingress and egress. Good, excellent. So I'll do one on the other side as well. Yeah, I'm thinking we should probably do something. Did I not have 3 sticks? 1 of 2. That's a torch. There should be another stick there should be another stick somewhere? Without having to drop down? Nope. 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 I have so many boxes of stuff and I just don't have one more stick. Alright. I'm just going to put the roof on this side. We're probably going to run out of stuff anyway. I keep forgetting there's a hole there. I keep forgetting there's a hole there and you have to kind of go a little left or a little right. Okay, fine. We'll grab a hammer and then we're going to have to go to roof because it's going to want to put in something else. So because it's triangle floor here, we're going to need to put in triangle roof above. The real question is, do I want to make this out of straw? Kind of want to make it out of straw. For the different texture? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'd like a little overhang as well. That'd be nice. So there's that. Nah, yeah, we're gonna have to keep going back to the roof menu. I'm on the steps. So up. There we go. So this should all tessellate nicely. Excellent. And they're only costing 1 a time, which is sweet. Right. That, and that. And then the central parts, the big gap, that should be filled in with triangle pieces. So it shouldn't be too much of a difficult build, this. There we go. So yeah, if we started here with a square, if it was square, triangle, square, and then these sides would be triangles, and the roof would not fit. There is no way to make the roof fit. However, if you want a rounded end, if you start with a triangle, if it's triangle, triangle, and then squares down the outside, the roof fits. And you can see it fits because it's right here. Good. SPF is not great. I still didn't drink any water. I'm terrible for that. If there's a cup of tea, Ooh, I would probably dilute my own blood drinking. I've done that before. I've drunk so many cups of tea that I felt very, very strange. It's like, how much of you is tea and how much of you is person? I can tell you, I was mostly Earl Grey that day. And not the dude, like the bergamot and lemon and hot water. Yes. So we'll get some of this in. And then what we're going to need to do is get another hammer. Are you prepared? Have you prepared for this? Yes, I have actually prepared. Oh. Just... I put some hammers in here. There we go. Grab another hammer. Just squeeze past. It's like IKEA exploded in there. Alright. Well, do it. Birds do it. Bees do it. So we'll do it too. Except for Harry Kim, who never made it past Anderson in the whole of Star Trek Voyager. Wait, really? Yep. Although the more Star Trek podcasts I listen to, the more I realise they weren't using the holodeck for altruistic purposes, and mostly a lot of self-love went on the holodeck, which is reinforced by watching episodes of Lower Decks, which is a Star Trek cartoon. It's a very good cartoon, actually. I kind of wholly recommend it. So yeah, what we're going to do is hammer these in. Now, we're going to put another floor in. Got to put another floor in. Do we put it in with metal? We've done metal before. Wood's kind of hard to see, so I think, yeah, metal. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 16 metal, and then it's... do we want it pinched? So we can follow these triangle pieces. So we can have a pinched floor, or we can have a floor that bows out. I think pinched is probably kind of an interesting look. Let's jump! I think there's a reason why we've got a broken leg. Definitely a reason why our getaway sticks are not looking good. Alright, the house is looking sweet. Let us grab some metal then. 4, 8, 12. And there's only 3, so I'm gonna bung some of this on the floor. Why did you put it in a box? Are you crazy? Yes. Also, we don't have time for that. I mean, yes, I could have put all these in boxes, but a lot of our boxes have got crap in them. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 1 of 4, that's not going to be enough. That's 3. No, that'll leave us with 2 left. Can I put hammer there? Oh yeah, I can. So I can grab another 1, 2, 3. Cool. I mean, we got boxes and boxes of metal. Why am I running to the other side? Like an idiot. Oh, you're an idiot. I never stop. Just look. I can't put that away. I never stop to just look and just kind of see what we've built. It's kind of impressive. Alright, let's carry on. Yeah, just running backwards and forwards, just putting a house in. So, that is going to be... Which way round are these? These are left-right, so I'm going to put this in left-right as well. Bonk, bonk, and then that, and that's left-right, I think. Yes. So do we have 4, 8? We would need 9 to put 3 triangles in. 1, 2. Alright, okay. So we're just following basically what's on the floor. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it would be just one point of contact in the middle if we were to do that. I think it'll look kind of sweet. So we're going to need 3, 6, 9, 10. We're going to need another 10. Let's jump! Whee! So yeah, when I built the island, the idea of getting off of the house very quickly was kind of built into the design. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how many do we have? 10. I think we had 2. Okay. Yeah. Basically, the spiral staircases work, and they'll get you to the top, but I figured that watching back old videos, when we did have spiral staircases, it's easier to use a straight staircase, and that way you're not trying to spin the camera around, because when you're recording games made in the Unity engine specifically, things are not necessarily all that comfortable to watch. I don't know, like forward and back's fine, but when you turn the camera left and right, it's just a little bit weird. Also, is this the right way around? Yes. I'm very, very keen to have all of the textures lined up properly. Not just putting things in higgledy-piggledy, because I gotta look at it, I gotta live with it. I mean, people might come along and say, hey, I'm just gonna watch one video and then never come back again. Well, that's fine. You do you. That's absolutely fine. But 700 episodes in and no, if it's not right, demolish it and start over. There is no shame in that. Alright, we're gonna need a way of getting up there. Now, normally I would put a set of steps in the middle. But, I was gonna run and jump off there. Whee! Sploosh. Okay. Wee and sploosh? What is the time of day? We still haven't drunk anything! You gotta remind me to drink, otherwise I'm just not gonna do it. 1, 2, 3. Right. Good. Yeah, it's just one of those things. That's probably why in the back of my mind I keep trying to go in this direction subconsciously. I mean, oh, another hammer. Yeah, I'll pick you up. You are damaged as well. Where did you come from? I think you probably came from the top of one of the furnaces. There we go. There we go. Now we know. Now we know. Good. Excellent. So, what have we got? What have we got now? Well, we've got a mezzanine in. The mezzanine's fine. It's actually pretty sweet. I'm going to put the entrance, the way up. Now, do we want it on this side? Now, why do we want it here instead of over here? Well, this is the entrance to the house. This is the only way to get into the house. So we would climb up here, and in order to go to bed, we could just hoof upstairs. Fine. That's fairly straightforward. But if I put the steps up over here, it means that every time I want to go to bed, I have to come this side of the house. So I have to go further, which means there isn't like an area of the house that we just never go to. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah, like putting the farm on the opposite side of the island, because otherwise we may never go to the opposite side of the island. It just means that we are forcing ourselves to take paths. So we force ourselves to come this end of the house. So if we do put things in here, we're going to be walking backwards and forwards through here. And also these square sections just make it easier to get up here. There we go. Now we can see what's going on. Now we can see what's going on. We can see the Great White Bar and Grill with Great White on it. I need to get the other Great White from the other island. Ooh, it's always a bit of an exciting time doing that. But we have the roof of the house. So the idea is, in theory, what we could do is put a tower in the middle. And then, with the tower in the middle, we could have, like, utilize some of the roof space as well. So I'm thinking of putting sort of like, maybe a barbecue area on the roof. Something that's not a smoker. I think in the past what we did with the Great White Bar and Grill was we put a barbecue drum in it, but we didn't put the smoker on it. So currently, if we want to smoke food, we have to put it in the Great White Bar and Grill, but if we want to cook something just on the roof, I think a tower with like a little barbecue area, I think that's going to be a nice way of doing things. So I got plans. I just didn't have any plans to record tonight. Interesting. Good. So we have the mezzanine pretty much hammered in. Also, while we have the mezzanine hammered in, it doesn't quite cover all of the areas. We can actually jump onto what is the roof. So we can actually get up here now. But we're going to need to go into sleep. Food and water situation isn't too bad. We can utilize the door that we put in the end and then do a little jump. Do we put door in the other end? I can see from here that we did not, in fact, do that. So what I will do is I will do a little save. And then I will do a sleep. And I will wake up and it is 6:03. That's kind of neat. Good. So we'll have a little look and then, in fact, no, I'm going to bypass it completely. I'm going to go to the Great White Bar and Grill. Boop. Right, do a little jump there. Yeah, so half the roof is, well, a third of the roof is on. Oh, that reminds me. Does it? Yep. We'll grab some smoked meat because the smoked meat never goes off. Nom 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 nom. That's full. Hey, buddy. Huh. I don't know why I have to jump. I know I have to jump, but I don't know why I have to make the noise. Hey, buddy. He's very dead. And not going to get much better, unfortunately. So, yes, I think... I think what we need to do is put the other half of the roof on. We can just drop down here. Sploosh. There we go. Other half of the roof. Now, do we have enough stuff to do that? Let's just check. It's going to be easier to check if you get a hammer in your hand, then you automatically go to the building menu, or if you just tap C, you go straight to the building menu. So it's one per. Okay, but the floors are going to be 3, so the central areas are still going to be quite expensive. Ooh, that's going to be not great. All right, fine, we can do it. We can absolutely get the roof on. Are we going to run out of material? Probably. Yeah, that is no way going to be enough brick for us. So, one of two. I'm going to put this over here. There's a stick there. Alright, let's get the stick sorted and then we can get some clay and everything afterwards. That's probably going to be the most sensible solution given that we have it in our hands right now. So, hammer, sticks. No, get rid of this. No, half wood arch. There we go. Why do you use sticks? Why don't you use metal? Why don't you use bricks? Why don't you use anything else? Why is the sticks? Because we get the nice green. So we get the green and the brown, and the green breaks up the brown, and I kind of like the color combination. We could have made it out of metal, but I think the metal's too dark, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, we can see it here, rusted, corrugated metal, a little too dark. Let's get rid of some of these bits then. Right, let's get some more roof on, or at least put the sections in that we need. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't remember that you've put in a brick roof, and it's just like, I think your quick craft needs to be everything else. Also, brick window, mate. We're not building a pillbox. That window is tiny. When you got the half walls, they're so much better. Also, if you wanted to build a half wall, check this out. Half wall. You can make a two-tone wall. You can make a stick wall, put a brick wall in it, or a brick wall with a stick wall. If you wanted two-tone walls, you can do that. Metal wall, brick, grass, doesn't matter. Or if you just wanted a two-tone, same color material, just to make it a little bit different, you can do that. So you can put two half walls on top of each other. I didn't know you could do that. Oh yeah, well now you do. Congratulations on your discovery. We're all proud. So let's do this. There we go. I'm kind of deliberately not putting stuff in the middle. Oh, give me another brick roof middle. There we go. There we go. Good. So the roof is largely intact. I want to see if we can, yeah, we can kind of clip up there. It's a little tricky. We might need to crouch when we get up there. If it's super annoying or it doesn't work, then we can always move the steps to sort of here. It puts the steps in the middle of the room and it's not great because it uses up some space. Or alternatively, we could chip off one of these and have the step come up, but then we would actually put it within like sight line of this big open area, and I kind of want to keep the big open area big and open and an area. So we got some bricks, but that's not going to be enough to put more roof on, so I should really look before I leap, but I didn't, so that's fine. We need to move through the woods, through the forest. They move through the trees. They move through the trees. Let's not jump off of that because it could be high enough just to break our ankles. 125 days survived. Oh, water is actually a little low. What's going on here? These got watered by the rain. Nah, it's okay. That's dumb. Nice. Oh yeah, we were doing it here. But if we do it here, isn't it going to be better? I think so. So I'm going to chip off this bit of roof. Wait, why are you doing this? You've already broken the other bit of roof. Yes, I'm doing this because the PC version's bugged and we may as well just use the bug that they haven't fixed. It's a curious thing. So the PC version was the one that was in development for the longest time. I think I started playing this in 2016. And at that point, it had already been rebuilt. The game had been rebuilt once. I think it's been rebuilt like 3 times. So the original version of the game had very shallow sea. It had lots of little islands, and you could go an infinite distance. But if you anchored your raft, no, you couldn't anchor your raft. There was no point because there were no currents originally. So if you just stopped, jumped off your raft, you could swim down to the ocean floor. There was an ocean floor. It was very shallow ocean. But there would be sharks, tiger sharks, and you could get attacked by them. I think it's pretty much the same AI. I don't know if that's changed. May have changed the way they spawn. But yeah, you could just go an infinite distance. And then 0.12 is when I started playing, and it was the 25 island grid that the console players now have. So there we go. And then we got the big world update, which is on PC but not console. So we have the 50 island tiles, and the console players still have the 25, I think. So yeah, but there are some bugs on PC, and that's one of them. Like, you can't break the corners. You can only delete them from the save game file manually. But when it's supposed to break, it gives the refund for the materials if your harvesting skill is full. So you get the full refund for the materials, but it doesn't break because it can't. But in the save game file, if you actually look it up, it has no durability whatsoever. There is no durability line, I think. So yeah, the PC version has a bunch of bugs that were introduced in 1.0 when the game went fully live, like the beach. This should be smooth. Like, the sand should be smooth. It shouldn't be stepped like this. It wasn't stepped before, and then the 1.0 update came out, and then everything's busted. I'm just like, oh, so that's kind of weird. Weird? Yeah, I know. Strange, huh? So we're back up here. It's fine. So I know, as we run up here, that I want this area to be filled in. Yes, I do. So this is the wasted floor, as in the floor has a waste to it. I think it's much better to have that and leave these areas kind of a little bit open, a little bit more ventilated. So what I'm going to do is start putting these in. Oh, but we can't. What's the problem? Well, glad you asked. The problem is we need to put in at least one above a floor in order to be able to build out. So we don't need to build that one fully, but we do need it in order to build like this. Cool. There we go. Now what we can do is just leave these as is. If we say wanted to leave the end pieces open, we could do that, and then you would just end up with the beams. It's kind of a nice look. So let us fill in this little hexagon of tile, but not hammer it all in. But wait, there's more. There's always more. So yeah, I'll just leave these two to the left unfinished. So it will have durability. It'll have a very small amount of durability. Why do they require so many hits to build and so many hits to dismantle? There was a durability system that was going to be built into the game so that every time a storm rolled in, the buildings would take damage, but then the players went and built massive, complicated buildings like this. And if every time a storm rolled in and we had to go around every single panel hitting it with a hammer, there would be two things that would happen. Likely, the world will run out of stone because stone is not a renewable resource, and you would end up... So we've got a little hole in the roof. That's kind of neat. We can just leave that like that. We don't need to hammer it in at all. In fact, I might do that just for the extra light. Yeah, kind of neat. So we can build in the rest of the roof. What I want to do is just build in this section and just see what happens. Because I'm kind of... Yeah, I think this might make it a little tricky to get up here. It is making it a little tricky. Can I just jump? I think you might be able to jump and then use air control. So when you're in the air, if I jump and then push left, so if I jump and then push left after I jump, or jump and then push right after I jump, that's air control. So you don't inherit velocity or momentum while you are jumping. You can control your movement in the air. It's called air control. Right, so yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit tricky. I think we might need to... I don't really want to, but... Or alternatively, we could put a triangle in here. Yeah, there are things that we can do. So if you jump and do a little air control. Yeah, still a little tricky to get up there. I may come up with some other way of doing it. We could just... I wonder if we just put in a bit of roof there. Really? Yeah, I wonder if, like, a bit of roof would be better here instead of the steps. That might actually work quite well. Because this is very tricky to get up, and it's just because of the angle of the roof that's there. Curious and more curious. Okay, cool. So we have most of the roof in. We've played around with textures. We've put in the mezzanine floor, which is vital because I want somewhere to sleep that isn't on the work floor, the floor where we're going to put in all of our workstation. We have put the steps offset, although this one's gonna need reworking because it's just not great. And if we want to, we don't need to build everything in. We can give it a little tap just to give it a little bit more durability, but apart from that, yeah, we can leave gaps, and that gap mirrors the one that's below. I wouldn't try and drop down there because that is 2 levels. So the level from the roof is 1 and 2, so we would actually take damage. But if you fall a single level, you don't take damage. Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we've made a little bit more progress. That's wonderful. I'm going to leave it there for the time being. So if you like these videos, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe. I mean, if you got to this point in the video, what are you not doing subscribing? If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, no. What? If you don't want notifications, nobody gets to this point in the video anyway, so nobody heard that. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.